Hey Bruce, it's been a while since we last talked. How have you been?
Oh wow, Selena, it really has been a while, hasn't it? I've been doing pretty well for myself lately, actually.
That's good to hear. Does that mean you're finally all settled into your new place? I heard that it's not too far from where I'm living. Is that true?
I think I'm about a 10-minute drive away from you guys, actually.
That's awesome. We're not quite neighbors, but it's close enough. It sounds like I could probably even just walk to your place if I wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, you probably could if you wanted to. But do you mind if I ask why you're messaging me? I feel like I almost never hear from you.
Oh, well, Mom is always telling me to reach out and keep in contact with you.
I was wondering if this had anything to do with Mom. I know she's always worried about us talking with each other since we have such a difference in age.
Yeah, but she is right. I feel like we don't actually talk as much as we probably should. I mean, I don't think we've even talked since you got married. Does that sound right?
I guess now that you say it, I think that is right.
And I just feel like I haven't seen you at any of the other family gatherings either. Not last New Year's, not for Thanksgiving, or anything like that.
Yeah, I haven't been able to make it out there and visit you all in a while.
But you're gonna come for 4th of July this year at least, right? I'll also be going back to visit Mom and Dad, so maybe we can meet there.
No, I don't think that's going to work. I'm not going to visit back home.
But why not? What's the matter? Our aunts and uncles and cousins are all going to be there too. You're not just avoiding all of these family functions, are you?
No, it's nothing like that. I really do want to go, but I just think that Barbara wouldn't like it if we went.
Oh, you mean Barb as in your wife?
Yeah, I think she really dislikes spending any time with our family. So I think that neither of us would have a good time if we showed up there. It just really wouldn't go well.
But I don't get it. Did we do something to upset her or make her not like us?
No, I don't think we've done anything wrong at all. The problem is that Barb just thinks our family is just a bunch of poor yokels, and that's why she hates being around us. She doesn't want our poorness to rub off on her, you know?
Huh. Are you serious? Is that really what her problem is? We're not even poor. I mean, it's not like we're super rich either, but still. That's so rude of her. Don't you think so, Bruce?
I think maybe she just looks down on anyone who lives outside of the country. I mean, she was born and raised in Los Angeles. And I think all her family have lived in big cities for a while, so I think she doesn't understand the appeal.
I don't believe this. Ugh, that really makes me mad, actually. Like, who does she think she is to just look down on us just because of where we were born? And on top of that, she's also the reason why you haven't been to any family gatherings at all.
I really do want to try visiting home and seeing everyone, but anytime I mention it, Barb just gets so upset. And I can tell the conversation just isn't going to get anywhere.
But surely you could just ignore more and come home by yourself now and then, right? I mean, she can't honestly expect you to just never see your family again. That's just ridiculous.
Well, I think that might actually be what she's thinking. I don't think she likes the fact that we're all so close. But when she gets mad, there's really no use to try and talk sense into her. She gets really pissed and just starts throwing things, and it's just a huge mess.
Oh my gosh, Bruce, that's just horrible of her. I really can't stand people who have just no control over their emotions. They make their problems everyone else's. I mean, the way you describe it, she sounds like she acts like a child.
I swear that most of the time she really is just a sweet woman, and we get along great. It's just when she gets mad. Anyway, that's why I haven't been able to and won't be able to join in any family events for the time being. I hope that you can understand where I'm coming from.
I understand it, but I refuse to just sit back and accept it. I mean, that's not fair that you're the only one being kept from joining the rest of us. Why are you even with her if she's trying so hard to control your life and keep you away from the rest of us?
Don't worry, I'm not going to let things like this last forever. I'm gonna try and catch Barb in a really good mood, and then I'll mention about visiting home.
But don't you realize that you shouldn't have to be negotiating with your wife over whether or not you're allowed to visit your own family? You're giving her way too much power over your life, and it's affecting the rest of us.
So you don't think it would work? I just don't know what to think or do about this.
I think that after all you've told me, it sounds like you give her too much leeway, especially if she's just throwing things at you. I don't know. If I were you, I don't think I could stand to stay in a situation like that.
I know, but it would be like so bad as a husband if I just ran on out there. I think it'll be okay. I just have to be patient. I know that she'll change her mind. We just have to give it some time.
Bruce, don't let your kindness be your downfall. If you ever need someone to talk to about any of this, you can always reach out to me, okay? I'll always be there to listen.
Thank you so much, Selena.
Hey Bruce, I was just wondering if you like grapes. I got a whole bunch from a friend and I was going around giving them to our relatives since I won't be able to eat them all. Do you think I could come over to deliver them?
I'm really sorry, Selena, but I'm not home right now. I'm actually away on a business trip.
Oh, shoot, I didn't know. Well, that's unfortunate. Maybe once you get back, I can give some to you if they're still good?
I wouldn't want you to sit on fresh fruit like that for too long, though. I don't think you have to worry about giving any to us.
Oh, but these are really, really good. You have to try them. Hold on. Barb should be at home, right?
No, really, we're fine without them. Besides, I told you that Barb really doesn't like dealing with anyone from our family, remember? I wouldn't go over. She'll probably just say something really horrible to you. I wouldn't want you to deal with that in person.
Well, okay then. How about I just leave them on your doorstep with a little note? That way, I don't have to interact with Barb, and you still get the fruit.
I really don't think you get how serious Selena is with all this. I don't think she even wants you on our property.
Does she really hate our family that much? That we can't even be within a certain distance of her? Why did you even marry her if she hates the rest of us so much?
I've been asking myself that question a lot recently, actually.
I mean, I'm your sister, but even I think you're a handsome, caring guy who any girl would be lucky to have. So I just can't understand how you ended up with someone like Barb.
I know, I really don't get it either when I think about it. I met Barb through a friend trying to set me up with her.
Well, you have so many friends. I feel like if one of them wanted to set you up with someone better, you have that option.
I don't know. When the friend first mentioned Barb, he said that she was a really nice, sweet girl.
Well, it doesn't really seem like much of that is true now, does it?
But she was like that before we got married. She really was sweet and understanding, but afterward, it's like a switch flipped inside of her.
So you think she might have just been lying to you that whole time? Waiting until you were finally married to reveal her true self?
I think that's probably not too far off from the truth. Because it wasn't long after we got married, she started making all kinds of demands to me. That's when this feeling of being trapped in this relationship really started. I feel like I don't even have any time for myself at all anymore.
Ugh, I feel so awful that you're going through all of this, Bruce. Have you thought of leaving her?
I have, but we haven't even been married for a year. I would hate to have rumors flying around about why we broke up so quickly. I'd feel better about it if we were married for at least 3 years or so.
Bruce, I think you're worrying way too much about what other people might think of you. If you're not happy where you are, then you should change something about your surroundings.
But don't you think that people would start spreading rumors about me if we got a divorce right now? I would hate that, and I wouldn't want to put Barb in a place where she gets subjected to that either.
Well, I can't see how anyone would blame you for wanting to do this. I'm sure there would be plenty of people who would take your side in this.
I'm really glad you think so, Selena, because I don't know what to think anymore.
Bruce, just based off of all the things you've told me, it seems like you're holding in a lot of stress. I've never seen you like this in all my life, and I just can't sit back and do nothing. Hey, Bruce, I just wanted to let you know that I spoke with Barb earlier.
Wait, you did? Where did this happen? Did you run into her somewhere?
I did, actually. It was near my neighborhood. The rain was coming down, and I saw her walking without an umbrella. She was totally soaked, so I asked if she would want to come in for a little.
Wait, she was wandering around your neighborhood? Ugh, Selena, I am so sorry that you had to deal with this. I'll head over to your place and pick her up right now.
But I thought you said you were away on a business trip.
I know, but I can just leave some of the work here to my coworkers. I can't keep letting you get sucked into my problems.
You really don't need to do that. I've already called the police and they took her away.
Wait, what? Why did you call the cops on Barbara? Did she do something to you? Like, did the two of you get into a fight?
No, nothing like that. Barb didn't do anything, in fact.
Well then, why did you get the police involved? I don't understand.
Well, she was the victim of some kind of attack, apparently. When I picked her up, she was all battered and beaten up and covered in bruises.
Wait, my wife was beaten up? You think that she was in some kind of an accident or something like that? I had no idea about any of this. In that case, thank you so much for taking her in.
I was wondering if you were going to try and play dumb about this. Because she told me that you were the one that did all of that to her.
Hold on a second. You mean that you think I did that to my own wife?
She told me that you never even let her leave the house. And she told me about how you've basically just been treating her like livestock ever since the two of you got married. So you were the one who left her like that.
Whoa, no, hold on just a minute there. I didn't do anything like that at all.
It wasn't just the bruises, though. She's also just skin and bones. So what do you have to say about that? And please don't give me any of your stupid lies.
Okay, I get it. I'll tell you the whole truth this time. The fact of the matter is that Barb is a deeply sick woman mentally. After she gets angry and freaks out, she goes into her room and refuses to come out, and that's why she is the way you found her. She must have been up to something since I was away for work.
I'm not sure I believe that. She seemed very sane when I talked to her. And she was able to speak very lucidly with the police as well.
Well, you can't just judge these things after meeting a person once. It takes time to see them.
Even if I wanted to believe what you're saying, there are still things that aren't adding up. Like, if she was really that sick, then why not take her to a doctor?
Because I didn't want anyone to guess as to the reason of why she was going to the doctor.
So that's why you had to lock her away in your house and not let her talk to anyone instead? That's practically a crime.
I didn't commit a crime. You don't even know what you're talking about. Let's just calm down and try and talk this out, okay?
Oh, I'm very calm. But you should be quite stressed, that's for sure. I wouldn't be surprised if you ended up in jail after all this. I mean, you locked a woman up in your house and beat her. That sounds like a crime to me.
What is your deal? Why don't you believe anything I'm trying to say to you?
Because your wife was crying to me and begging me to save her from you, that's why. And she didn't seem like she was lying a bit to me. I think you were just making excuses about her. I can't ever trust you again, Bruce.
What's the matter with you? Why did you tell Mom and Dad about this? They said that they weren't even going to allow me to step foot inside their house.
Well, since it's clear you're just trying to run away from what you've done, I don't see why they would. You really should just give yourself up and stop all of this running.
This isn't fair. I'm being framed. I didn't do anything. There's people after me and I've already been attacked by them.
What are you talking about? Who attacked you?
Well, after I got back from my business trip, a group of Barb's relatives were waiting for me and beat me up. I had to run.
Well, I was the one who told her family about what you had done to her.
You mean you sold your own brother out? How could you do that?
Oh, please, don't try and make me the bad guy of all this. Of course I was going to tell Barb's family about what her husband had been doing to her. Did you know the doctors found a couple broken bones? How'd she get those?
But I never broke any bones. I don't know what any of this is about.
She broke her legs after she managed to pry open her window and jumped out of it to escape your house. Although I think it's more than fair to blame you for that too.
How can you say that? That's obviously not my fault.
Well, you were the one who locked her up with no other means of escape. Everything that this poor woman is going through right now, you're connected to, and the judge is going to think about that.
Ugh, you ruined everything! Why are you doing this to me? What did I do to you?
I already told you not to blame me for this. These are all consequences of your actions. You've treated Barb horribly, and now you're going to pay. Barb has already told us all the details of what she's been through.
What do you mean? Tell me what she said.
She told us all about how it seems like a bunch of tiny things slowly building up inside of you, until one day it was like a scale tipping and you suddenly changed.
But what did she say that I did?
She attributed all the marks on her body to you, and the doctors are examining her to double-check that. You hid your true self from everyone but her for so long, Bruce.
No, this is all just a big mistake, I swear!
Enough. I don't want any more out of you. You made me think it was Barb who was in the wrong this whole time, but you were the problem.
I swear I wasn't lying, please! You have to believe me!
It wasn't that she didn't want to meet us, it was that you didn't want us to meet her and realize the kind of horrible person you really are.
Well, you were saying some pretty mean things about her too, so what do you think about that?
I said those things because the only version of Barb I knew was the one that you had made up to fool me.
Come on, you're not really going to put your brother through this, are you? We're family, remember?
I'm through with you. From this day on, we are nothing. And Mom and Dad also say they want nothing to do with you anymore too.
So you're all just going to abandon me like this?
That's right. None of us are going to take your side in this. You have issues, and it's better this way.
But it's not like I was the one who broke her bones or anything like that. We just had little marital spats like everyone does.
I can't believe you're trying to downplay what you did after I saw it with my own eyes. You'll get what's coming to you. After that, Barb reported everything to the police and filed a report against Bruce. Her and her parents decided that they wanted to press charges and refused Bruce's offer to settle out of court. In the end, he was found guilty. In the end, however, his sentence was commuted, but the conviction remains on his record. After that, Bruce just disappeared. He didn't say a word to our parents or I, and none of his friends have heard from him either.